everybody, it's Michelle, and I'm so happy that it's fall and I'm starting again to do my gift in a jar mix recipes for you guys. I've got one for you guys today for Halloween, and I developed this recipe on my own. I did try it out in my kitchen and it turned out delicious, so I hope you guys are going to like it too. I call it Halloween soup because it's mostly orange, black, and green, which was kind of what I was going for, to put this dry mix together to make a soup to give as a gift. I'm a strong believer in never showing up to any event that you're invited to empty-handed. I believe you should always show up with either some sort of a dish to go along with what the hostess has, some sort of treat, or a hostess gift. I usually opt for the hostess gift because usually if you're being invited to an event, they've got lots of food for that day already planned. And I think it's good to give a gift for the hostess that they can make a quick and easy meal in the next day or two so they can take a break from all the work they did on the party or the event that they invited you to. So if you're invited to a fall festival event or a costume party or any sort of Halloween celebration this year, this would be a really great thing to take and give as a gift for the hostess. And I'm going to have everything on screen for you guys toward the end of the video. I'll have the recipe for everything that you need to put into the jar to create the gift in a jar mix. I'll also add on screen the instructions that you'll need to attach for the hostess to know how to make the soup, and make a free printable for that for you guys. And you'll be able to find that over on my blog. I'll have the links to everything in the description below, so you'll be able to find all of that, no problem. But we're going to go ahead and get started putting this together today. The first thing that's going in is going to be our spice mixture. And I'm just going to dump everything in, and we'll just stir our spice mixture with a little whisk in the bottom of the jar, and we won't have to dirty another little bowl. And this is what I tried for flavoring the broth of my soup, and it turned out great. You guys, I wasn't sure about doing this, but I gave it a try and it really turned out delicious. And it also helps give our broth that orange color to help it be Halloweeny. So I'm going to open that packet. That's the first ingredient in our spice mixture, is our spaghetti sauce mix, and I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of that. And if I forgot to mention, this is a pint jar is the size that I'm using. So 2 tablespoons of our spaghetti sauce mix, and then 2 tablespoons of dry bouillon, and I'm using the tomato bouillon, and it is tomato with chicken flavor. I'll also add a link for you guys. This is the only ingredient here that has anything whatsoever to do with meat, and that's just the chicken flavor. And you can make it completely vegetarian if you want to use a vegetarian vegetable bouillon mix. And Knorr, the same brand that I'm using here, makes a wonderful vegetarian version of vegetable bouillon, and I'll leave a link to that for you guys too. I'll try to leave as many links as I can for you guys. I really like this tomato because it helps add a lot of that orange color to our broth. And this is one that I wasn't able to find locally either. I had to get it online, so I'll leave a link for you guys to the tomato bouillon as well. And to that we're going to add a half a teaspoon of dried minced onion, a half a teaspoon of dried minced garlic, half a teaspoon of dried parsley, and half a teaspoon of dried chopped chives. And I'll tell you guys, that makes a really flavorful and delicious broth. So I'm going to take my whisk and just kind of chop up any clumps that we may have had in our spices and mix those all together, and then level that out and tap it down. And then I'm going to bring in my canning funnel here so we can start adding our vegetables and things like that. And then I'm going to add 1/3 cup of dried split peas. And I think these are really delicious in soup. And they also add that beautiful green color to make it really Halloweeny. Next, for our orange layer, I'm going to add 1/3 cup of dried red lentils. And that gives us that orange color. Now when this cooks, those will lose their orange color. But lentils are super healthy, really good for you. And I think these orange ones really add a nice color for the presentation in the jar. But if you don't prefer that, they do get a little mushier than the regular brown lentils in the soup. So if you don't mind losing that beautiful orange color in your jar mix, you can go ahead and use the brown lentils if you want. Those are delicious too. I love lentils. Next, I'm going to add pasta, and I've got 3/4 cup of pasta here. And here's the package. I'm not sure, I don't really remember where I got this, but it's called bow ties. They're not exactly like the regular bow ties that you see. I thought they were really cute, and the bow tie shape can sort of imply maybe a bat shape for Halloween, so I thought that would be really cute. If you can't find these, you can just get the regular mini bow ties, or really just any small pasta that you want to add. I think the tricolor pasta has also that orange and green in with those. Some sort of small tricolor pasta would be really good in here. So that's 3/4 cup, and I'm adding that in for my next layer. And again, I'm going to level that out. And last is our black layer, and for that I'm using dried black beans. But to add that in, I'm going to add those in a little sandwich bag. I've got a regular just fold top sandwich bag here. And the reason I want to do that is so that we can easily take those out first before the rest of it. These will have a longer cook time, so we're going to have to cook those first in our final instructions for the hostess, and then add in the rest of the jar later. And having it in a baggie will make that super easy. So I'm going to take my baggie here and kind of fold the corners under like this, so that maybe they won't show so much through the jar. And then just add my funnel and put 1/3 cup of dried black beans in there. And that fills it right to the top. I want to press that in to where it all kind of goes out to the edge and fills out the shape of the jar, so that we can see that all around. And these black beans in that orange broth, once this cooks, is so pretty and so Halloweeny. I thought it was really great. So now we're just going to twist that together and put a little wire tie around that. And then just fold that in, and our layering is complete. And you won't see a whole lot of that black layer, but to help kind of add to the Halloweeny look of the jar, I'm just going to put a black lid on it. And a lot of you have seen the gift in the jars, and even most of mine have some sort of fabric or something over it that you tie around with a ribbon to decorate the jar. But sometimes you want a little more simplistic decorations, so I like to add a colored lid. And I think the reason that they started with the fabric on decorating the jars is with the metal lids, it was just not very pretty. And if you want to buy lids for the jars in the store, usually these right here are all you can find, and they just come in white. So what I like to do is, when I buy other products such as peanut butter, mayonnaise, Parmesan cheese, whatever it may be, most of those plastic lids will fit a regular mouth canning jar. And I found a black one here. I found this at my local Food City grocery store. And I don't even drink decaf coffee, and I don't drink instant coffee, but I bought this simply for the lid because it was black and it fits my jar. But I think I've got some recipe ideas coming up using instant coffee, so maybe be expecting some of that pretty soon. So I'm just going to take my black lid and put it on the jar. And all of a sudden it just looks like a Halloween jar. I really love that. I'm going to turn it around to the plain side without the logo of the jar to tie my bow around. That way you're really just seeing the presentation of the layers in our gift mix. And it's really important that you have those beans separate, because when the recipient goes to make this soup, they will have to take those beans out separately. They have a much longer cook time. They have to cook for about 40 minutes longer than the rest of the soup. So they'll have to take those out and cook those for about 40 minutes first. And they'll also have to drain the water off after they've done that, because the water will be as black as those beans are. So they'll have to pre-cook those a little bit, drain off the water too, and then add the rest. So it's very important that that be packaged separately where they can just easily do that. So now I'm just going to add a ribbon. I've got some really pretty fall ribbon here that I got at Joann. Sort of a coppery color will help add to that orange and black look that we were going for. And what I love about adding a colored lid is that that does half of the decorating for you. So really just add in a bow, finishes it off, and that's all you have to do. And also, of course, add the tags with the instructions. And like I said, I'll have that toward the end of the video for you guys. And then just cut off the tails. And see how easy that was to decorate? Just a ribbon and a colored lid makes all the difference in the world. So you guys start paying attention to the products that you buy that have a plastic lid. If it looks like it's about the size of a regular mason jar lid, give it a try. It probably is. I almost always wash those and keep those for future use. And I'm really glad I had this black one for my Halloween soup. So you guys be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think of my Halloween soup gift in a jar. And if you give it a try, I would love to know if you like the soup. I think it's delicious, and I think it's a wonderful hostess gift. I'll be doing more gift in a jar videos as fall and winter come on, and I hope you guys are looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to getting into the kitchen and developing some more recipes. I have a lot of fun doing that. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Give me a like over on my Facebook page, and be sure to join our Facebook group, Crafty Minds. Also follow me on Pinterest and Instagram, and don't forget to visit my blog. I'll have the links to all of those in the description below, so be sure and check them out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.